You want to defer spending money as much as possible. So you want to do things that don't cost any money, like lease audits and financial review, that kind of stuff. Don't cost any money. And then the rest, you try to get the expenses at closing. But there is risk. There is risk of the deal not closing. Therefore, if you have the right team behind you, you do the proper due diligence, you already have financial commitments from your investors, which we'll cover next time, you really have a high probability of closing on the deal. And if you defer major expenses and due diligence until you actually have visited property and you've seen property and you have your general contractor look at it, right? And a lot of times that's free because your property manager wants the business. They'll bring in the general contractor who wants the business. So a lot of times these commercial real estate inspections don't cost anything, which is wild, right? But if you find something material during the inspection, then you don't want to close on it. So you're going to get your deposit back, right? Because your deposit doesn't go hard or non-refundable for about 30 days. You're going to complete everything in that for 30 days. And so if there's something you don't like, you can back out of it. Now, you might not get your reimbursed for the flight over to the property, right? But your major expenses, you really don't. You don't hire the lender until the inspection is complete. You don't pay your real money until you've actually done your inspection. You know you're going to close on it. So once you actually start writing real checks, the probability of you closing is very high. And so you just follow this process and really go through due diligence up until that point. And if you discover something due diligence, you back out and maybe you lose a few $1,000s, but you're not losing your shirt on the deal. And that's kind of what you want to avoid is losing your shirt. And I've seen people do that. They simply don't have any things in place. They don't have their team built. They don't have any financial commitments behind them. They're writing a bunch of checks before actually seeing the property. And they're making all these mistakes that are unnecessary because, again, they're trying to figure it out themselves. And so then the deal doesn't close for some reason or another. Now they're out $30,000. And that is bad.